Hello there, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Wee Fit Boss Show, brought to you by talkSPORT Bet. I'm delighted to say joined by two Scottish football legends with 119 caps and 31 international goals between them. Welcome to the studio, Ali McCoist and John Collins.
Hi, Shebahn, how are you?
Very, very good. Oh, you've calmed down now, we've gone on air. You've been chucking it big time.
Yeah, no, but I can go the other way again, don't worry about that. I'm ready for you.
I look forward to it. John, it's good to have you
Delighted
with us.
to be
Thank
here.
you for being here. We've got a lot to get through today with one of the most exciting title races in years, with Hearts leading the way, Martin O'Neill's return, Rangers rolling on the transfer window, and of course Scotland's World Cup preparation. Now, before we get stuck into all of it, you guys have played for Scotland 23 times together. John, what was Ali like as a teammate?
Right. Where do we start from manager's point of view?
I wasn't aware of this.
One thing I'm sure you guys at talkSPORT, he likes to be a little bit late. Team meetings, he regularly turned up. However, when he went on the pitch, he was never late. He arrived in the box, scored a few goals.
You did indeed, made up for it.
Yes, John liked to pass the ball, which from a forward's point of view was a start. Yeah, because Scottish players are renowned for their spirit and their, will to win, never say die attitude, which is great. But to be fair to the wee man, he combined that with a little bit of passing quality as well.
And you did compliment each other.
Oh yeah,
over the years.
I didn't. Yeah, I cannot lie to you. I enjoyed playing with John, obviously in the national team. Yeah, some created an awful lot of chances for me and one or two goals into the bargain.
What was the best, John?
I think the best one was Greece.
Yeah.
What year was it?
96, 95.
96, 70th minute, he came on as sub. 71st minute, popped on his head, glancing header, bottom corner. Your celebration, can you remember?
Yes.
Went mental.
Correct.
Hurdled.
Yes.
Hurdled the boards.
Hurdled boards. Wee Robbo was chasing me. I mentioned Wee Robbo was chasing me. But I jumped the hurdle and there's no way Wee Robbo was getting over the hurdle, was he?
Pole vaulted it.
Happy days.
It's nice, though, to see you two come into the studio and sit together and look at the pictures around you.
Brilliant.
Just reminisce. I mean, it never leaves you. It must never leave you.
Oh, we were lucky, weren't we? We, to be fair, we were playing on a Scottish side that were qualifying for major tournaments and a good bit about us. In the 96 team, for example, was an excellent side. Went down to the Euros and had some good performances down there as well.
That was a great tournament.
Yeah, it really was.
96 was brilliant as well.
Probably my favourite.
Yeah, Tartan Army was everywhere.
Yeah.
Loads of tickets, easy access.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Exactly.
Change
We did
days.
well. We were unlucky.
Very.
First game.
Story of our life, to be fair.
Yeah.
A good result, great opening result.
That was your best ever goal for Scotland?
It was a good hit, wasn't it? It was a good hit
Unlike it,
against
usually
Switzerland.
it's 6 yards,
Yeah.
15 yards. That was 25.
That was a good hit. And then you get back to the England game. It's all lifts and buts.
Aye. They got lucky.
They did.
Gascoigne was lucky.
That Gascoigne. Lucky scoring the goal of the century.
I know. And he's your mate as well.
What a goal. But what a goal it was. I tell the boys the story and John will back me up. I mean, do you know, he came back to the dressing room, because at Rangers at the time, as you know, he came back to the dressing room and never really mentioned it.
That's cool.
And I genuinely mean that. And do you know why? I've got my own theory on it, John. Because I think the goal was that good. See if it'd been a tap-in or something like that off Gorman, I think he'd have gave us it. But I think the goal was that good. Yeah. He thought, I can't even go there, you know what I mean? And it was some goal.
It was a dagger in the heart.
Yeah.
We had just missed the chance
we missed the penalty.
to go equalise.
We were a better team in the first half.
We were, yep,
Did you ever
definitely.
dream about those moments? Just lie in bed and think about that moment.
When you look back, you think, I actually watched the games during COVID. They were on, they were getting replayed, and I was surprised how well we did, actually.
Yeah.
We actually gave them a real run for their money in that game. 2-0 wasn't a fair result.
No, definitely. All right, folks, it's Ali McCoist here, and I have got an absolute belter of an offer for all you Scotland fans. When you stick a tenner on with talkSPORT Bet, we'll give you 40 quid, yes, £40 in free bets, and it's just for you lot watching the Scotland show. So if you fancy getting involved, head over to talksport.com/WFS and claim your exclusive offer today. And I don't say I do not look after you lot.
Let's talk about the weekend, shall we?
Let's go.
Oh, God, I can't take it. I can't. I mean, it looks like...
Nobody can take it. This is the beauty of it.
No one's ever experienced this
Great, isn't it?
madness up the road,
It's great.
It is brilliant. I will give it that. But it
Where are we
looks like
starting?
let's go to Hearts, because it looks like they're going to charge on with it, especially after that draw at the weekend. What did you make of the game, John?
So if you'd asked me a month ago, would Hearts be in the title challenge, I thought they'd have faded.
Right.
And if you'd asked me the week before the game, with no Shankland, Beningame, Devlin, I'd have thought Celtic, I fancy Celtic to go and control the game and win it. But Celtic were poor, really poor performance from Celtic. Unlike Celtic, lots of long balls, no build-up play, no control in the game, long throw-ins up the line. Actually, I thought we played into Hearts' hand. Hearts like that. They like a battle and a scrap. And we were lucky to get the draw in the end. Do you agree?
100%, mate. I couldn't agree more with you. And you're right. See, if ever Hearts wanted an excuse or needed an excuse not to put in a performance, it was at the weekend. As you say, no Beningame, Devlin, Shankland, who, without doubt, have been 3 key players for them. If ever they thought, you know, something, it's not going to go our way today, that was their opportunity. And you know, somebody did the complete opposite. They rolled up their sleeves. And yes, there's a lot to be said about their spirit and their belief. But I tell you what, you know, particularly Tynecastle just now, that whole environment and everything about it. I mean, I don't think they're going away. I mean, that was a great result. And they were a better team. And another day they won the game.
They've got a tremendous team spirit. They're fighting and chasing. They put lots of balls in the box. Set pieces, good deliveries. Centre halves that attack the ball.
2 centre halves are the key. The key to any team, the spine of the team, John. And Finlay has been a terrific signing. Derek obviously knows him really well, and knew him really well for Kelly. Halkett, I know particularly as well from time at Rangers. Solid citizens, but better than that. They attack everything. They don't take any chances. They take responsibility. Excellent centre-back pairing.
I mean, I was screaming at the telly. I thought, once we took the lead, I really thought we'd get control of the game. That's normally Celtic. Once they get a goal up, they make the opposition chase the ball. But it never calmed them down. They just kept playing it long. And in fairness, the new striker never got any good service, but he never held anything up, and he never won any headers.
He did well for the second goal, but
very well. But that was it.
Apart from that, there wasn't an awful lot. But you're right, it was so uncharacteristic of Celtic. You know, going along, not playing through Callum. The Callum's form, I think, has probably dipped a little bit, but he's been brilliant. Callum McGregor has been one of, if not the constant in Celtic. He's been terrific. Maybe form's just dipped a little bit.
To his defence, central midfielder, runs the show. What does he need? He needs goalkeeper to give it to centre-halves give it to him. And that's the cycle, that's the chain. That's the start, he's the middle, and he takes up. But if he's not getting it in centre-half, somebody taking it, and full-back, somebody throwing it to him, I'm looking at the throws, I'm thinking, throw the ball to Callum McGregor. He doesn't give the ball away, he'll control it. And they were throwing it up the line. I'm screaming at the telly, why are you throwing it up the line? If we're holding up and we're retaining possession, carry on. But when you're constantly throwing it and giving it away...
John. Carter-Vickers.
And Johnson, the right back. I mean, that's 50% of your defence out of the team.
Of course.
And Trusty is just a backup, but in possession, I'm afraid.
Well, let's talk about Trusty then. Did you think that was a sending-off?
Oh, come on, it's a sending-off.
He's always going to say that.
Look, the fact of the matter is, right, here's the stats. Here's the deal, right. The cover's no cover, right, because he's not getting back.
He's running.
He's not getting back. The forward has got the pace to get a shot away. The argument where what I do accept is the ball's slightly going away from the goal.
Slightly. It's nearly...
No, it's not. It's not. It's within the parameters of the corner. It's going to the byline, right, in that down direction. So he is getting it, and he's getting a shot at goal. So therefore, he is denying a goal-scoring opportunity, right? Now, you can say you're unlucky to get your first domestic red card in 87 games or whatever it is, right? Fact of the matter is, when you look at the letter of the law, in my opinion, it is a red card.
This is where football's subjective.
Yeah.
That's Rangers glasses.
Yeah.
Green glasses it's definitely going away from the goal. And you know what, the young boy, Dane Murray, is going to get quite close to him. So he's going to get a shot from an angle. He's not getting a shot. He's not shooting for 10 yards.
Wait a minute, hold on. You've just said that he's going to get a shot.
Maybe get a shot.
You just said he's going to get a shot. So therefore, if he's getting a shot, it's a goal-scoring opportunity.
Clear.
Yeah, if it's a
would
shot
you
at
have
goal.
put money on him to score a goal for that?
And what about if that did happen to a Rangers player? Would you still feel the exact same way?
Absolutely. It would annoy me. Clearly it's annoying you too. But it's a red card.
I mean, they're appealing it. Celtic obviously see it different, and it did Because
It's a
it
pointless
sparked a
appeal.
big debate. I mean, in our group chat, it was never a sending off.
I get it.
But in your group chat, it was a sending off all day, 5-match ban.
No.
Serious.
No,
you
not at all.
Endangerment of another
not at all.
player.
No, there's no malice in it at all. None whatsoever. But the fact of the matter is, because he's just cut across him.
Yeah.
Simple as, and you know what it's like. Once you get across, down he goes. So there's no malice in it. I don't have a problem at all with a free kick, because I'd probably say it's even accidental, right? Because he cuts across him, but he brings him down, and therefore, by the letter of the law, he's denying a goal-scoring opportunity.
I think whenever it's super slow motion, it changes everything. See, if you watch it in real time, it's not a sending off. And I don't think it, but when you watch it in slow motion and stills, everything looks well. The stills and the VAR decisions and the stills, jumping out another subject, free kick, sending off, so he tackles.
Correct.
You see it, he's touched the ball and they freeze it, and then his studs are heading towards touching his foot. You cannot have stills when it comes to tackles.
100%.
Every tackle that's ever made in the world looks horrible when you still it. So they've got to take that away.
Yeah. Agreed.
Just go back to Hearts and their situation, because it feels like they are feeling themselves. That belief is there.
Of course they are.
I think that result at the weekend, do you think Celtic are now deflated and maybe conceding the title race?
Oh, never in a million years. No. But I tell you what, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Celtic have got, in my opinion, guys, have got an unbelievably important 6 days before that window closes. Because they need a boost. They need life. They need energy. All the things that look as this moment in time domestically have been sapped out of them a little bit. Even the Falkirk game, I'll go back to the Falkirk game. They won the Falkirk game 1-0. And by the way, incidentally, what a job he's doing.
Yes.
What a job John McGlynn is doing.
Yes.
Give your old team a right going over at the weekend. I thought Celtic were fortunate enough to pick up all 3 points.
They were. I was at the game.
Yeah, I definitely think Falkirk could have got. So clearly all's not well in the Celtic camp,
And
right?
that situation, I feel, has always been there since the start of the season. You know, even with Martin O'Neill there, even with Wilfried Nancy there before, that issue was always there at Celtic. And I think at the weekend it just highlighted it even more.
So this goes back to this time last year when Celtic sold Kyogo. I'll never understand why Celtic or Brendan agreed to selling him at that period. Why would you sell Kyogo? What does he give you? Pressing, goals. So they sold him, and then they never signed anybody in the window. And you know, no matter how good a team you are, how good a football you've got, you need a centre forward to kill him and see when you're missing chances and you've not got somebody in that box that you're comfortable crossing to, cutting back to, that's going to score goals. All of a sudden, the confidence starts going. So now Celtic, the confidence is low. You can see it. A year ago, Celtic were pummeling teams. It was like 4-0, 5-0, creating 8 chances a game. Now you're watching Celtic, you think, they're looking tired. I'm seeing Neger and Engels at the weekend. I'm saying, are you moving to receive the ball?
Correct.
I'm looking at the fullback, and I like the fullback, the new right back, Araujo. He's come in, and I like the look of him. He's been a good sign. He's getting the ball, and I'm thinking, he's not seen Engels. Engels isn't checking off.
Engels in particular for me.
He's got to be checking off
I'm
more.
not seeing it at the moment.
He's our biggest signing.
11 million.
11 million. Too much onus. Cal McGregor always makes an angle.
Of course he does.
Always want the ball.
Of course he does.
Negrin's came in with goals. Credit where it's due. He scored goals. But in the big games, you need goals, but you also need constantly moving, making yourself available to take the ball. Yeah. Make yourself an option for the fullbacks. And they too, for me, there's not enough movement to get on the ball. And that's, talk about bravery. Bravery in a football pitch isn't putting your foot in a tackle. Bravery is when you're 1-0 down, your team's playing badly, and you're still wanting the ball, you're still making yourself available. So for me, that's got to be better. And the weekend, they never fed the wingers. First time we've ever seen Celtic. The fullbacks get it, give it to a winger, overlap. Maeda hardly had a touch. And Young hardly had a touch of the ball.
That's nothing to do this season.
You can't blame wingers. You've got
What's happened there?
Oh.
What's happened there? Have you ever seen a player look as though he doesn't want to be somewhere more than Maeda?
Yeah.
And I'm interested to hear your comments on this. I spoke at the 2 centre-backs at Hearts, Finlay and Halkett, different class. I look at Rangers, Celtic and Hearts right now, and probably just as importantly, I think Hearts got the 2 best strikers. Shankland fit, Braga.
On form.
When are they back? Are they out?
8 weeks. I think he's 8 weeks.
Oh, right.
So that's a massive
and
blow.
You want Shankland available for what's ahead
of course
the summer.
you do.
We'll come to the World Cup
in a
minute. But
they brought the big lad in is it Kubota? And he looked all right. He looked fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, Shanklin's arguably your best finisher, if not the best finisher in the league, certainly one of them.
And he holds the ball up well.
Of course he does.
He's not got legs.
No.
What he's not got, he doesn't press.
He's not getting behind. No.
And he'll not run away behind. But in and around the box, he's proved it. He's a
so
finisher.
Confident as well, isn't he? He's full of confidence. Utrecht this week
Yes.
at Parkhead. Now, last home game was like the apocalypse of Parkhead.
That Roma game.
I mean, have you ever seen
Wasn't it a massive
European
surprise to me
night?
because I saw Roma against Rangers and they were a completely different level.
It's not. I mean, obviously they're a different level. You know, look at the squad. I think Roma's squad's something like 250 million.
Yeah.
What's Celtic's squad? But when it comes to the support that night, nobody was on board. A lot of the fans weren't on board with Wilfred Nancy. Whereas having Martin O'Neill back, Utrecht come to Parkhead, this is a big chance. It's a big opportunity to just get that confidence back after the weekend.
Of course it is. And it's a game I expect Celtic to win it, actually. I think...
Should Utrecht are bottom of the table, but you never know.
Yeah, I know that, but on current form, anything could happen. You think the importance of the game to Celtic, obviously, as well, for qualifying for the latter stages. Martin back for a European night.
Yeah.
It won't be easy because confidence will be low, but I think we'll have enough.
I think Roma to Utrecht, night and day. Roma, I was at the game. Roma were very good. All over the pitch, I thought the pressing was unbelievable. They looked really athletic, and it could have been a real heavy defeat for Celtic. Utrecht, they're struggling in the Dutch league, so they're not coming with a lot of confidence. Celtic's not got a lot of confidence, but the stadium will be full, and they'll get behind. They'll be hit behind the team. If I was a betting man, I would think they would beat Utrecht.
Okay. Fingers crossed for that then. You know, Martin O'Neill in Europe, perhaps it could be one of those competitions where he could go on a run. You never know. Let's talk about Rangers then, Ali. Certainly things massively improved with Danny
Incredible.
Rohl. I mean, 10 wins in a row.
Goalie's done unbelievable. The manager's done an incredible job so far. Because effectively, I know he's brought a couple in, but effectively it's the same players in the same team. He's just installed an organisation, a belief, going forward at the back. You know, the two centre-backs, I've still got improvement in them, no doubt about it. They've got mistakes in them as well, but there's a steadiness about them. Fernandes all of a sudden is looking a threat also at set plays. Midfield's the strongest part of the team, I think. Okay. Connor Barnes injured. He's done really well, I think. Raskin and Diamandi done all right. Gassama thought went off the boil a little bit back at the weekend, scored. The signings will be interesting to see how they go. Still not convinced about a number 9. Be brutal, honestly. I think to win a league, you've got to have a number 9 that's going to score you goals and win you games and tight games. But the improvement, Danny Rohl, I think, has done a remarkable job. You know, won nothing, by the way. But in terms of turning round a squad and turning round a level of performance, to go in that run that you correctly mentioned, Shebahn, definitely deserves enormous credit.
The turnaround, the turmoil that was at Ibrox like a few months ago was incredible. The fans were just going crazy. Team couldn't win a game. They looked like they were
all over the place.
It looked like their new signings were just petrified. They weren't wanting the ball. He's got results, but I don't think they've been playing great. No, I don't think even the Rangers fans I speak to, they've not been steamrolling teams, creating loads of chances, but they've not been giving many goals away. They've tightened it up at the back. And they're starting to score goals and results. All of a sudden, those players that you weren't sure of, they're looking a little bit better. Confidence is a massive thing. When the fans are cheering instead of booing, a wee bit more energy about them, more options, spring in their step. But they're still not great.
I think that's fair. I do think it's fair. I really do. I couldn't argue with that. You know, the beauty of this league as well, one of the beauties of it, I mentioned Falkirk, John McGlynn, the Dutch lad Jens is Arcus at Motherwell. Motherwell, I'm interested to hear your view on it. I think Motherwell might be playing the best football in the league. Right?
And no one's talking about it because of the basket case, what's above us.
Correct. I think Motherwell might be playing the best football in the league. But to get back to my point, I look at Motherwell, I look at Falkirk, unlucky against Celtic, knocked Hearts out the cup. St Mirren win a cup. You know, I think there is a greater opportunity this year for teams to take points off Rangers and Celtic than there's ever been.
The bottom line is that the fear factor's gone. Nobody's scared of Rangers. Nobody's petrified of going to Celtic Park. Last year, the previous 10 years, all the wee teams, most of them smaller teams, beat before they got there, parking the bus. They're not parking the bus now because they're thinking, why would you park the bus when Celtic are vulnerable and the confidence low? Try and get the first goal and all of a sudden the fans are turning. So John McGlynn, got to talk about him. What a job. 2
Amazing.
promotions.
Yeah.
But it's not just the results, it's the style
Yeah.
and the budget. He's bought young players, he's given them a system to express themselves, and it's possession-based. I keep hearing all this rubbish from pundits. You need players to play out for the back. Sorry, you don't need players.
Yeah.
You need a manager that gives players confidence. Says, you know what? You can get off the goalkeeper and pass it to a fullback 10, 15 yards. The easiest thing in football, for me, is to build from the back. You've got superior numbers.
Yeah.
Your goalkeeper's always spare. So he's bought a good goalkeeper with his feet. Baines, very good with his feet.
Yeah.
It's like another centre-half. That's the reality. He's 2 players in one. The goalkeeper catches it, but you got a goalkeeper that can pass it. It's an extra outfield player. So when I watched Falkirk, I was at the game. I was covering it for the BBC.
It's some story, isn't it?
And wow, the confidence
Yeah.
they're shown. They're looking sharp, fit, and then got to jump to Motherwell. Watched a lot of them lately. They are a good football team.
Aren't they?
I've got a feeling Motherwell fans, you won't like me, enjoy him while you've got him because he'll be gone very, very soon.
Yeah.
He'll
shame.
be gone.
Yeah,
He'll be
hang on,
gone.
But I think they're playing the best football in the league, I really do.
And I'm going to throw up a little player, little boy Just, Eliza Just.
Yeah.
How Celtic
name.
or Rangers, Hibs or Hearts have not bought or bid him in this window is beyond me. He is a proper little football player.
I mean, that's the thing. The discussions up the road with your families it's unbelievable, and it's not the fact that Hearts look like they could win the league because Celtic and Rangers have been so poor. Hearts in this same season have also been bloody incredible.
Well, they're a merit.
And they would fucking deserve to win the league.
Aye.
Not because we've been shite, because they've been really good as well.
The fact of the matter is, before the weekend, well, they're still undefeated against Rangers Celtic, but they've beaten Rangers Celtic home and away this season.
Yeah.
4 games.
Yeah.
4 games they've beaten Rangers Celtic, Ibrox, Celtic Park, and twice at Tynecastle.
They'll never get a better opportunity because, let's be honest, Celtic and Rangers have came down.
Yeah.
They've come up. From last season where Hearts were, they've went whew.
Personally, you'll hate it because you have your teams, right? But good for the game because last year, Ali, we'd be sitting talking about how bad it can be.
Listen,
So good for the game, good for
I take
everyone
my
else to be
Rangers
talking
off.
about
You
it.
guys take yourself. Of
Yeah.
course, it's good for the game, right? The only thing I would say is, with 4 or 5 games to go, I'm a little bit surprised and from Derek's point of view, disappointed, that they haven't gone into the market and strengthened. Because I've said it before, if I'm Tony Bloom and I've come up the road and I've said, right, I want this to change. I don't want old firm domination. I'm going to give myself 10 years and Hearts are going to win the league. That's all very well coming up and saying that. But if he's sitting looking at it right now, he must say, never mind 10 years, I might not have a better chance ever of stopping this.
Right now.
So let's go. Derek, what do you need?
But the danger is you bring new players in.
And you upset the camp.
You upset it. Players that have been winning games have got you to the top of the league. And all of a sudden you're dropping players for these boys that are coming in. And how often do new signings in January really come in and hit the ground running? Because most
not
of
the best
time,
market, I accept that.
Celtic have signed a centre forward. He's not played for 2.5 months. He's probably hardly been a starter for 12 months at Gladbach in Turkey. So you're bringing in a player that the fans' expectation is enormous. But there's no way he can hit the ground running because he's not played.
I know, and the argument that boosts your case and shoots mine down is the fact that if ever there was a chance to look at Hearts and say, well, the squad's not strong enough, they've lost 3 key players, would have been at the weekend, and it didn't happen. So I do take your point, absolutely, but I still think I think if you look at those Hearts players, and I know you're under risk sometimes of an upset in the camp a little bit, but if you sit them all down and say, listen, guys, I'm the manager here. I want to give you a hand. I want to help you by bringing 2 or 3 players in. Don't look at these guys coming in as a threat, right? They're not a threat. What they are, they're a boost. They're a boost to you guys to go and win this league.
You can't have
basically
enough
injuries.
good players. And I always say, you don't win a league with teams. You win a league with a good squad. Your squad wins your league.
Do you think something will happen between now and the end of the window?
Has to.
A backup for Shankland coming in? Because if he is out for that length of time, there's only so long maybe you could
Hearts and
ride a lot
Celtic,
without him.
Hearts and Celtic must, in my opinion, they must do something in the next 5-6 days.
Yeah, so I'm surprised.
Particularly Celtic.
I thought Celtic would have been three in rapid.
I
first
said
week.
something really stupid at the weekend, classic me, but I thought the winner of Hearts Celtic will win the league. Now, it ended up a draw. Rangers get 3 points. It's all just incredibly tightening up at the top.
It's impossible to call at this moment in time, I think. I think it's almost impossible to call. Because even the Rangers fans, I'm sitting watching that game.
They're full of confidence, by the way. They're full of confidence, Ali.
I'm not sure all of them are. I'm sitting watching that game. Hearts Celtic, I've got Rangers on my iPad, I'm watching the football, right? And I'm watching it with the boys. And the boys, I want to draw in the Hearts Celtic game.
Right.
I'm not. I'm wanting Hearts to win.
Hearts to win, of course you are.
Right. And I don't know if that's the right thing, but my logic is this. Celtic have done it before, they know exactly what to do, and they're going to be a threat. So if you can get them out the road and get down to a 2-horse race, which it won't be because it's going to go all the way, then I think that was my logic. But the lads, my boys are saying, no, both of them are dropping 2 points. And I'm saying to myself, as long as you win against Dundee, it's all that kind of stuff, and it's great.
Also, do you think Hearts have we're talking about Arsenal down here, but do you think Hearts have the mentality of knowing that they're being hunted by two who have dominated in Scotland for such a long time? Like, can they hold their mettle?
Well, they've been out in front for a while, so we've all been saying the same.
But we're getting to that stage.
And they went on a bad run, but they got lucky because Celtic went on a bad run when Nancy came in. It was like it couldn't have worked out better for Derek and Hearts supporters. Strange decision bringing Nancy in, but he's gone now. But wow, we dropped so many points in that 4-week period.
See, the thing as well, I think I've got a few years, I know I've got a few years on you. A lot of the older boys at Hearts, they'll not forget. 86.
Yeah.
Was it 85, 86?
Last game.
Up in Dundee. They've got it there in front of them.
Yeah.
They've got it there in front of them. Dundee scored 2 late goals, Albert Kidd 2-0. Celtic win the league, great result doing it at St Mum, right? So...
How'd you get over it?
Some of them will never go over that.
Yeah.
And I get it. There'll be Hearts supporters go to bed at night and it's the last thing they think about, and they go up in the morning and it's the first thing they think about. I get that. Particularly because the opportunity for a team like Hearts to win the title doesn't come around every season. But this group of players don't know that suffering.
But you're right, 100%. As every week goes by, the expectation Hearts fans are talking about, they can feel it, they can smell it, and if they get a defeat or a bad performance, fans are key. If they go through a bad run, will the fans keep singing and getting right behind them, or will they start moaning and screaming at the players? So fans play a part.
Do you know what? I was talking about it this morning. I will fight for the right of the supporter to air his views at a football game. They're entitled to it, as long as it's within reason. They pay their money, they're entitled to boo, they're entitled to cheer. But I actually don't think they appreciate just how important it actually is to support rather than boo. And I know how difficult it is at times.
Well, here's the question.
But they've got a massive effect on what goes on in the park.
Well, if they're shouting and bawling at their own players, are they supporters or are they critics? So you very flick it quickly. If you're shouting abuse at your players, you're working for the opposition.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. If you're screaming at your team and booing them, you may as well take your maroons and put the Celtic strip because you're only helping the opposition. So my message always to the fans is, I say to the Celtic fans as well, there's no point booing and shouting during the 90 minutes if your team's getting beat 1-0, 2-0, because it doesn't help.
Yeah.
It only makes things worse.
Yeah.
After the game, shout and scream. But that 90 minutes, I would urge Celtic club fans now, because it's stressful. There's 14 titles out of 15. They're so used to winning doubles and trebles. But this is the first time for a long time you're going to see.
You're right, as a generation don't know.
Yeah.
Lack of success, no success.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. I really haven't, you know. But let's, I mean, on that point, if you're paying to go and follow your team, this is your way of getting your message across. This is the way of the fans being heard. They feel massively entitled that they should be able to boo if they're not happy with
They
things.
are entitled to it. 100%, that's not the argument.
But it's not going to help.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the point.
They're entitled to do it, but it's not helping.
Yeah.
So if you went to your work and you're trying your best,
I get it every
and
day,
somebody
mate.
shouts, the guys are all shouting abuse, get a grip, you.
That's different.
That would actually be all right. It's the name calling.
Not only is it acceptable, it's warranted in many cases.
But that is hard. Sometimes I feel for the players. Hey, you feel for the players when
course you do.
the start of the season. All the new players at Ibrox, 6 new signings.
mate.
Yeah.
You must have thought, this is the greatest move in my life.
Yeah.
Massive club. And I'll bet you after 3 weeks they were hating it. They're thinking, what have I done?
Mate.
I'm getting screamed at going to my motor in the car park.
You and I have seen it both ways, right? See, Celtic Park and Irish Park,
Yeah.
they're fantastic places to play
When you're winning.
and things are going well.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
See, when they're not, it can be the hardest place on the planet to play.
Which I wanted to ask you both, before we talk about Hibs in a second, did any of you have sympathy for Wilfried Nancy? Because, I mean...
Oh, I had sympathy.
Did you have it for Russell Martin? Because,
of course you do.
I mean,
You're human.
I watched with Wilfried, I thought, God, to be able to stand there and put up with that, I mean, that was... I felt sorry for the guy.
Yeah, of course.
It wasn't his fault.
I think the human side of you have to feel sorry. Professionally, poor, right? Absolutely poor.
Yeah.
But I defy him. Myself, as the biggest Rangers supporter on the planet, I'm watching Wilfried Nancy going up my tunnel after a Rangers game. I'm thinking, oh, geez.
Well, we've both been managers. See, when you're in that zone, standing up, and your fans are booing you, your team's getting beat 2-0, and the Celtic fans started singing a few of them, Nancy, get to. Horrible. I mean, I felt for him. However, the other side, he's taken over a team that won 7 out of 8. 4-4-4-3-3.
Yep.
They've never played
Yep.
3 at the back in history. Well, since they've been at Celtic, and you change the system.
Yeah.
For me, that was
That
foolish.
was his own problem.
Foolish.
Yeah. Okay, so we've been talking about Motherwell, absolutely doing bits at the moment, just 5 points off of Celtic. Talk to me about Hibs. Got Rangers this weekend.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on them?
Just kind of Hibs, a bit up and down, really. You know, I thought they were terrific against Hearts then. The game could have been drawn, but they're terrific against Hearts for long periods of the game. I like the manager. I think they've got good players without being brilliant. And I just think that I look at Hibs, John, and at this moment in time, I could just kind of see a middle of the road side. You know, they're more than capable, particularly at home, of getting a result. But we speak about it as players, as coaches, managers. What you need in your team are maybe 6, 7 players that you know 7.5, 8 out of 10 every week. Bang, that's what you're getting. I'm not sure David Gray's got that. I'm not sure he's got that.
They're on a bad run. They've hit a disappointing run of games. Getting beat to Dunfermline in the Cup was a big blow for after a lot of Hibs fans. The manager changed a lot of players, rested 4. You don't do that going to Dunfermline. Neil Lennon, going to Dunfermline playing against Neil Lennon, ex-Hibs manager. They were going to be fired up. I thought you should have went there and rested anybody.
Why do you rest anybody? In that situation, you look already what's happened in the League Cup with St Mirren. Surely you play your strongest team and go and get in the next round of the Cup.
Backfired, out the Cup, fans raging.
Yeah.
I mean, that's realistic. That's only Hibs' chance of winning a trophy. Cup.
Yeah.
And then they go and get beat 4-1, a heavy defeat against Falkirk. But home game against the fans will be up. Rangers and Celtic fans don't get many fans at Easter Road now, which I don't like. Used to be the whole stand behind the goal, which they're only getting a little bit now, which takes away the atmosphere of the game. So Hibs, if they get a good start, they've got a chance.
Yeah.
Bowie's up and down. Start of the season, he looked amazing. I watched a few of the Europeans. I thought, wow, he looked sharp, quick. And then for about 6 weeks, he couldn't hold the ball up. For me, it's
cost that, John. I'm the same as you. Start of the season, I'm looking about, I'm saying, this looks a real deal. Potentially, Hibs might not be able to keep a hold of him and things like that. But then form's dipped.
No, and I'm sure the scouts have been watching him the last 4 or 5 weeks, and they'll be going away thinking, he's not quite good enough to go to the next level.
Yeah. And it's been a fault for Aberdeen as well, still without a manager. It's just wild, isn't it?
It's great, isn't it?
Scottish football is wild, and it's good. It's good at the same time.
I mean, what about Aberdeen? Yeah. What's happened up there? I mean, probably since Derek left.
Yeah, well...
Change the managers too.
And I know they want to... I get that. I understand that totally. But absolutely no level of any sort of consistency.
Now, some of talked about it. There's no many Scottish young players playing in the SPL.
Well,
that's a big issue.
Yeah.
That's a massive...
Of course it is, mate.
See, for the next Scotland manager, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Woof. I'm thinking, where's the next? Because we've got a batch that are coming up to 30. Yeah. I'll be moving.
We talked about that on the last show as well. Like, where is this talent? Where is this development of young talent?
So there's more qualified coaches in the history in Scotland. There's better facilities in history. There's more academies, more players involved in academies ever in history. 8-year-olds are going in, and there's less Scottish players every year in our teams. Dundee United's hardly got a Scottish player. Aberdeen's hardly got a Scottish player. Rangers started a game midweek without a Scottish player.
Incredible.
Really? Without a Scottish player?
And by the way, I think it's a massive thing. We spoke about it last time. John, you You think of the Rangers and Celtic teams we played in. The national team was full of Scotsmen.
Cool.
You know, Paul McStay, John, myself, Andy Gorham, Stuart McCall, whoever it may be.
So
it's
the
a
worry
problem.
is,
It's a
are we not
problem.
producing the talent? Are the academies not producing? Are they not working? Is the content not good enough? The delivery, the sessions, the development, all that? Are the players not good enough? So who do you blame? So if they're not, then that's the academy's problem. But if they are, and the managers aren't giving them a chance, they're going with experienced players, overseas players that might be 5% better than the academy players. So that's the question. If somebody's 5% better than your academy player, and he's 25, he comes from England or Belgium or something, do you play him? Or do you go with an academy player that's 19 that you can make better, 5%, 10%?
See, and you touched on it. You look at the quality of the foreign player coming in, and I don't care what MD says, it's low. Yeah. It's low. I mean, back in the day, Larson and Laudrup, I mean, come on, DeCanio, boys like that, you know, and then even Aberdeen back in the day, great boys, Snelders, Hans Heelhuis, boys like that, Frank Sosie at Hibs, top players, Rudy Scatchell at the Hearts. I mean, these guys, I think, were top players, could play at any level. The foreign lads
That's a massive issue. Yeah. If you're bringing in quality, your Laudrup, your Gascoignes, your Van Hooijdonks, your Gedrettis, DeCanios, bring them in all day long because they enhance the game and the quality on the pitch. But when you bring in, I think, journeymen, then I think it's the wrong way to go for it as a nation.
Yeah. So you wonder then, with the World Cup coming up, will that change things slightly in the long term for the future of young Scottish footballers coming through? So let's talk about Scotland now. Has Stephen Clarke announced where the hell we're going yet? Where we staying, Steve? What's the plan, pal? I mean,
it doesn't matter when he tells us, we'll be there. Right. I know what you're
swimwear.
saying. You're sounding such a woman now. You're wanting organisation. you're just wanting preparation.
Sort the kids out for the man at home.
Preparation and organisation. You're right. And the guys are like, we don't care. Right. But the fact of the matter is, you've got a very valid point. But it doesn't matter where we are, we'll be there. Yeah. And I think, obviously, first couple of games up in Boston and then down in Miami for the Brazil game. It's going to be fantastic. John and I were speaking about it before we came on. We're all looking forward to it. We'll have to be better than the Euros. We've got to be, surely.
Well,
no,
we can't be worse. We cannot be worse.
Well,
the Euros was obviously a letdown. But
the nightmare.
So, how have we got there? To start, let's talk about that. We got there, in my opinion, grit, determination. We were the hardest working team in the group. We were one of the best team. There was so many of those group games that we were outplayed. We were not the best team, but we came up. We goals at key moments, and we got over the line.
Well, we're outplayed 2 of the last 3 games.
Yeah, and if you watch the games, you would never believe we've won them. But
I mean, that Greek manager, that Gillen at Hampden, he must have walked in the man and said, "What happened there?" I mean, how did that happen?
Riddle me that.
I mean, it was incredible. But you make a point. You know what's so important, John? In a campaign like that, you got off to a good start, and I think the draw away from home. Was it nothing each we drew in Denmark? Vital. And all of a sudden, right.
And we got the win in Belarus.
And then you're off in
Belarus, that was lucky. Again, they weren't playing at home, so they were playing away from us. So that was a bonus for us. Mm-hmm. And then we got the results against the run of play, against chances created. But what he's got, Steve, he's got a group of players, they owe him big time. If you go through the team, Lyndon Dykes, no playing for his club, playing for the country. McTominay, no playing for Man United, playing for Scotland. Hanley, no playing for his club, playing for Scotland. Goalkeepers. So all of a sudden, these players are turning up, and I think Scotland's been their saviour in moments when they're not playing at their clubs. And that's rare. That normally never happens. You don't play for your club, you don't play for your country. But the reality is, it does happen because we've got such a small group of players to pick from.
Definitely. They've done us proud. There's no doubt about
it. The atmosphere and the camaraderie, when you hear them talking in the dressing room, it's brilliant. You can tell they just love being together.
Yep.
And that's what's got us there.
It's important.
However, that won't win us games in the finals. Why? Because we can't run about for 90 minutes. It's no freezing cold weather. It's roasting. And you've got to make the body of the work. Because if you go there plinking, we'll have 30% possession against it, you'll be gone. Your legs will go after 60 minutes.
It's strange that, because...
Have you played in the US? I mean, what's that intensity like?
Yeah, I mean, the heat's... I mean, I don't know. I'm from a school where I'd rather play in freezing cold. It's because we're used to it. I'd rather play in freezing cold than real heat. Yeah, I just would. and I look at the Scots lads, and there's not a lot been made of it, but I think John makes a really valid point. That will affect us as much as MD, if not the most.
Yeah.
Really will, because of the way we play the game and because of our natural climate. You know, if we all of a sudden are playing in levels of degrees of heat, which we can't handle, and it will curb our natural way of playing, which is aggressive, full of running. I don't care what MD says, and it doesn't matter how fit you are.
Yeah.
That heat will have a major
Stifle
factor.
you.
So when I look at the makeup of the team, the strength of Scotland, fullbacks, Hickey,
Yeah.
Andy Robertson, quality.
Yes.
They're good on the ball.
Agreed.
They like to get at their clubs. They're used to getting it off the goalkeepers and feeding the midfield. Strong midfield. Look at our midfield. That's the strongest part of our team.
Agreed.
So I want to feed them. I want to go through them. If Billy Gilmore's playing, McTominay, McGinn, Ryan Christie,
Can all take it.
footballers. They want.
Yeah.
They're no second ball players.
Yeah.
Can all take it.
Get them on the ball. And Doak.
Something different.
Doak's got electrifying pace, and pace frightens defenders. And that pace means we can be under the cosh. It can go out to Andy Robertson. He can hit a diagonal. And if you've not got a fast player, it's got to be precision with his feet.
Yeah.
And if you've got a flying machine, just pop it over a diagonal and it becomes a race.
So that's the one thing Liverpool used to do better than anybody. And Liverpool's possession of the ball was great, but they used to go diagonal. Whether it was Trent, I'm going back. Whether it was Trent, Sadio Mane, Robertson, Mo Salah, they mixed up. I'm a great believer in football. You've got to mix up. You know, have a few strings to your bow. Gannon Doak, who hasn't been playing an awful lot, I think is the first. He excites me. It's a long time in our midfield. We've got some extremely talented players in the middle of the park, and I enjoy watching them. But in terms of getting my backside off my seat, Gannon Doak does it.
Yeah.
Gannon Doak does it. He gets the ball.
You mentioned those Liverpool players. I mean, that's what he's been exposed to. That
Correct.
team.
He's
That's
been
what
bro-
he's
been
watched,
brought up in that
way.
environment.
Yeah.
And again, what John says, Haiti might be different, but in the other games, I think we'll probably have less possession.
Right.
So having somebody with pace on a counter, vitally important.
Talk to me about Brazil then. Miami, baby.
Brilliant.
Against Brazil, something you've both done. Scored against as well. Brazil aren't the Brazil that we're used to, but one thing they will have is that climate. They'll be acclimatised, we won't be.
If you're a wee Scots boy growing up, man, you want to play against Brazil in the World Cup finals. A man stuck away a penalty against them. I played against them as well. They've just got, and you're right. They don't have the Zicos, they don't have the Ronaldos, they don't have this, that, and the next one, the Jarzinhos and all that. I mean,
Ronaldos.
Oh, brilliant. Go back to Socrates in '82 and all these guys, Junior and Falcao and boys like that. But they've still got the mystique.
It's a yellow strip.
It's brilliant. The blue shorts, man.
Just look.
And Scotland are playing against them again.
And the good news is it's not the first game.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because it means we could have qualified by then.
Yeah. Is
So
the
that-
pressure
so
off?
could-
Do they
so
play
it could be
better?
less
Do they
pressure.
relaxed?
So 3 points could, third place in the group can get you through. So
Remember what I said to you about 2 minutes ago about your first game in Vital in a qualifying campaign? Our first game
the
in
dream
this
draw.
World Cup
If you could have picked
is
a
the
team
biggest game.
for that draw to be in your group and have the first game against, we got it.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant first game to play.
And are
However-
you confident we'll win that game?
We should be.
We've got to
I've
go and
looked
have a
at the
go.
makeup of their team.
We've got to
so
go and have a
they're
go.
not, they've not got any
No.
EU classes, top players playing in top leagues, but they'll still be a decent.
Of course
team.
they will.
And they'll be sharp.
But it's a great
They'll be
game for
quick,
us.
but on paper, they'll never win.
We've got to do what we didn't do in the Euros. And we've just got to go and have a right go at them. Difficult again, we mentioned the heat and all that stuff, but we have got to, we've got to win the game.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward, I think.
Goalkeepers, it's an issue. We've got goalkeepers that earn the point for their clubs.
Yeah.
When there'll be a team in the World Cup
It's amazing, isn't it?
that's got goalkeepers that
Yeah.
earn the point for their club. So
Yeah.
it's
Also, like keeping players, like hoping and praying that Shankland will be there,
Yeah.
and that he'll be available for Scotland then and back in that place. Also, Andy Robertson, he's linked away to Spurs. Will he be playing more football? Will he be ready? Will he be safe? But
Well, that's why he's
Tierney,
wanting
I mean,
away.
he went out in the first
He
game,
wants
didn't he?
class.
At the Euros as well. So
It's a funny
God
one, Andy. I
willing.
don't know whether I worry less about Andy
Yeah.
than I would about other people. Like Andy's just one of these guys focused. He'll know. Plus, he's at the age of his career. He knows what's required. He knows the drill.
But he'll be desperate to get
Oh,
game
absolutely.
time
And
before
by the
World
way,
Cup.
he deserves more game time.
Does.
I was embarrassed saying Kirk is probably his best game in a Liverpool jersey. But I'm baffled at the lack of game time at Andy Robertson.
It's
I agree.
bizarre.
It's like he's trying to prove a point, the manager. He's been his signing.
Yeah.
Andy Robertson wasn't his signing. He's the previous manager.
There's no way McGregor comes back for the World Cup and comes out of retirement. Is that not fair on the other players?
Do you know something? I'm not worried about whether it's fair on the other players.
You just want to win.
I want to win.
Yeah.
And if it's the best thing for the team, I don't think it'll happen though.
Yeah. Okay. Would you do it, John?
I would like to see him back because I think he's the best at that number 6 position. Him and Billy Gilmour are very similar, but I think Callum gives you a goal threat. Billy Gilmour's a passer, and he's great at getting on the ball. He's got his shoulders are back. He demands it off centre halves. So does Callum. But what Billy doesn't get, I'm not sure if he can get a boot and he doesn't drive forward and have a shot.
Who's got the better fan base, Scotland or Brazil?
Completely.
Scotland are the most loyal. They win all the time. We don't.
Exactly.
The Scotland fans are always there.
Okay.
I mean, that was one of the highlights again in the Euros. The Scotland fans were nothing short of magnificent. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
They were magic. They were truly magic. Listen, get us in the comments. Are you going to the World Cup? You're looking forward to it. Let us know your thoughts and your predictions as we head towards the summer. Whilst we've got the guys, we're going to get their 5-a-side teams. So players that you've played with across your career. Dream 5-a-side teams. Bringing it on you. Ali McCoist, you're up first.
Gorham's on goals.
I knew that would be
the Flying Pigs on goals. He's no doubt about it, man. Remarkable. I miss him so much, John. Used to walk into that dressing room, take a look route that door and see him sitting there. No a bit of him hanging the right way. Right? No a bit of him hanging the right way. But I'm picking him all day. His attitude, his goalkeeping was fantastic. So I'm having Gorham on goals. Are you picking yourself in the 5 team?
If you think you are in the Dream 5-a-side team, Ali McCoist, don't let us stop you.
Oh, crikey.
He's putting himself in there. This guy?
I think
this guy?
Well,
you're better than a wee pitch.
I'm actually... Gough. I'm having Gough. 5-a-side team. Gough, 2 midfielders. I mean, the obvious 2 you go for Laudrup and Gascoigne. But I might have Durant in there. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And up front, I only played him. I didn't play him long enough. I only played him very, 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 very briefly at international level. If I played alongside Kenny Dalglish and I can't have Kenny Dalglish in my 5-a-side team, I need locked up.
Yeah.
I need locked up and just throw away the key.
Yeah.
Benny will agree with you. JC?
This was really hard. Start with the goalkeeper. I played with a lot of good goalkeepers. Andy Gorham at Hibs, Scotland, but he's not making my team because he's Rangers.
Good guy.
Fabian Barthez was brilliant at Monaco, but I'm going for Edwin van der Sar at Fulham. He was
tremendous,
world class with the ball at his feet, hands, different class. A few surprises here. Apologise to all my Scottish buddies, but there's no Scots in it, I'm afraid.
Savage.
Sorry, I apologise in advance. I'm going to get slaughtered.
I've got to say, to be fair, I had a wee look at some of the players you played with, and it's a little bit understandable as well. I don't think it'll be too many of the lads have got complaints, actually, grounds for complaints.
First one might be a surprise. He's a talkSPORT man.
Yeah.
Manu Petit. I played with Manu first year at Monaco. He played a lot of left back and sweeper. And he came to England and he was turned into a midfield player, quality football player, win tackles, win headers, pass the ball, World Cup winner, class. Right. I played with a flying winger at Monaco, which I'm sure you all know. It was unbelievable, 18, 19. Thierry Henry was just...
Average.
The next one, striker at Monaco, a lot of people probably, this will be a surprise, his name was Sonny Anderson. My first season, I played at Monaco. He went on to be I think the biggest transfer in the world at the time. Went to Barcelona from Monaco. 2-footed, could jump like a kangaroo, and he could sprint like an Olympic.
Where was he from?
Brazilian. But he was up against Ronaldo and Bebeto, so he never played a lot for the national team. But he had everything, skills, and he was Thierry's mentor. Thierry was looking up to him, extra shooting drills after training. Every day, both of them would say, Jai, balls out in the box. They'd be doing volleys, half volleys, out there in the sunshine in Monaco. They'd drop that in.
Great insight.
Brilliant.
Ali Bernarbia, little midfielder, number 10 at Monaco. Oh, what a player.
Great football.
He went to Paris and he went to Manchester City. Asked the Manchester City fans at the end of his career, he went to Manchester City and I'm sure the Manchester City fans will say, wow, what a little sign. Went under the radar in France because he had Zidane in front of him, so he never got caps. But what a player.
Good luck.
So this is MD's going under the radar, I have to tell you.
Last one's a strange one. A lot of things. So as a 16-year-old, I signed for Hibs, and I played under Hibs legend, the greatest manager signed me, greatest person, Pat Stanton signed me. And as a 16-year-old apprentice, I played in Jackie McNamara's seniors testimonial, and I played, and I got stripped in the dressing room with the one and only George Best. So I had the great pleasure as a 16-year-old playing outside left, and George Best was inside left. Come back at the time.
You've seen all.
Flip side of the coin, another we mentioned. Brilliant. Well, I'll throw another one into mine as well. If you're throwing George Best in, I'm throwing Bobby Charlton in.
There you go.
I played in Luis Figo's game.
How old are you?
Figo. I know. Well, here's the thing. This is brilliant. A great story. I played in Figo's game over in the Algarve, and Sir Alex took our team. And believe it or not, I tell you who played in the game. Michael Schumacher played in the game. Michael Schumacher played up front, yeah. And I was sitting next, get changed to Bobby Charlton. And all Bobby Charlton kept saying to me was, Ali, my missus is going to kill me if I go in here, right? He was, I don't know what age he was then. And he came on, I'll never forget it, John, he came on, and the crowd were just lapping it up. And he had that left foot, and he was taking it. Oh, Bobby Charlton. Magic. Tell you, our best in Charlton, not bad, eh?
That's very good.
Didn't expect him, did you?
Yeah, no, you really did your homework on that. Fair play to you,
I thought I
John.
would.
That was good.
Thank you for that. Good stuff, guys. Let us know your thoughts. Who's the best five-a-side team? Who would you like to be in that team with? Guys, thank you so much. Quickly before we go, we'll be back next month, but who's winning the league? In Scotland, obviously.
I was going to say Arsenal.
They'll bottle it, it's fine.
I think it's going to be really tight. I just think Rangers will sneak it at the end.
Oh!
Couldn't have put a bet on that. And I bet you know what I'm going to say. Celtic are going to make 3 magnificent signings, and we're going to come on home straight.
Listen, we'll see what happens in the next month. Ali, John, thank you so much
Thanks,
for your
Shebahn.
time.
Loved it. Great
have you.
John. Loved it, mate.
And thank you to you for watching the wee football show with talkSPORT Bet. We'll be back again next month. God knows where we will be at then. See you soon. Bye.
All right, folks, it's Ali McCoist here, and I have got an absolute belter of an offer for all you Scotland fans. When you stick a tenner on with talkSPORT Bet, we'll give you 40 quid, yes, £40 in free bets, and it's just for you lot watching the Scotland show. So if you fancy getting involved, head over to talksport.com/WFS and claim your exclusive offer today. And I don't say I do not look after you lot.